Hi everyone, this is Julianne. I wanted to talk to you today a little bit about searching for sources, specifically scholarly sources, academic resources, things that will really help boost your research and your papers and your assignments and places that are going to be really good to find information. I've gotten some questions on this, so I figured the easiest thing to do would be just to show you how to get the sources yourself. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into the Shapiro Library website. You can access this from your SNHU page. So if you log in, I'm not sure exactly what you see when you go to MySNU, but this is what I see when you're over here on the right hand side. I usually go right to Blackboard to go to our class, but you also have some other options, including the Shapiro Library. I believe it's also up here in the resources section. You have no. There it is. My apologies. So it's under academics if you don't have this applications tab on the side. So we're just going to go right to the Shapiro Library website. Now here, I'm going to send you guys this link too, but down here at the end of the page, you'll see this, how do I evaluate a source to determine if it's scholarly or not? It's some really good information if you're trying to figure out whether or not a source is something that you should use or shouldn't use. There are a lot of websites out there, and it's really difficult sometimes to find out or figure out who is coming up with that information, if it's valid, etc. So if you have any questions, that's a really good link. But I'm going to show you a place where you can get articles that are definitely considered to be scholarly. So if you go to right here on the first page, there is A to Z database list. And then we're going to go into SocIndex. So if you click on the S, it'll bring you right to all the databases that have an S in them. You may hear my dog in the background. She's adjusting while she's sleeping. SocIndex with full text EBSCO. So this is the database that you want to click on. Sometimes, depending on where you are, it may ask you to enter your username and password. If it does, it's just your SNHU username and password. So now we're looking at the EBSCO database. Before we do anything else, this is SocIndex, and SocIndex has a lot of sociology related articles. Since we're doing criminology too, right here at the top it says choose databases, and you can browse other options that you have. So you'll see SocIndex with full text is already checked. You can click on criminal justice abstracts if you want to include that. Let's say you're doing a paper on crime in the military, for example. You may want to also click on military and government collection. If you're doing mental health and crime, you may want to look at PsycInfo. That's a major psychology database, which some of you psych majors may already know about. So if you are not sure about what a certain database is, you can always click here, the little comment tab, and it gives you a description of what that database is. So we'll just click on those two and click OK. Okay, and now, so you're here in the search page. In order to really have articles that you know that you can read the full article, I encourage you to click on linked full text and then scholarly peer-reviewed journals. So the peer-reviewed is what's really important. These are articles that come from journals that, what that means is that they send the articles before they're published. It's not just the editor of the journal that looks at them and approves them. They send them out to other people in the field that know about this area, and they critique and they say you need to look at this, you need to look at that, and it's reviewed by other people in the field before it's actually published. So that's the importance of being peer-reviewed and makes it really considered to be scholarly research. You have some other search items here too. Sometimes, depending on where you are, saying this you want all articles in English is important. Sometimes it's that it's just based in the United States. That's fine too. But more or less, those are the two things that I really want you to check: the linked full text and the scholarly peer-reviewed. And then up here, you can search anything that you are researching. So let's say we wanted to learn a little bit more about strain theory and what articles exist out there about strain theory, or social strain theory. So I type it in, I hit enter, and there are 52 articles, scholarly research articles that are directly related to strain theory, that they talk exclusively about them. And most likely will have strain theory in the title. You can see all these, and because you clicked on the PDF full text, you have access to the articles. So they're only showing you articles that SNHU Library has full text access to. So that's great. So that's basically what you want to do. Let's say you were really interested in mental health and crime, and you wanted to look at both of those aspects. You could click on Advanced Search here, and here you can select multiple search categories. You can select what field. If you know the author, you want to type in the author or the title, but if you keep it blank, it'll search all fields. So let's try mental health and crime, and then click search. Click those, and we have over 2,000 hits. That's not surprising. There's a lot of research out there on this in this area. And so if you want to narrow it down even further, you can look at you can select just articles that show up in Social Index or not, and there are a bunch of other ways that you can limit it over here on the left side too. You can say that you want it like a more recent, so since, let's say, 1990, and it'll automatically update for you. So a lot has been published, obviously, since 1990 in this area. Okay, so that's essentially how you find articles. And let's click on the first one here: preventing and treating child mental health problems. It gives you all the keywords, it gives you the author, and then a brief summary of what it's about. So if you're trying to figure out if an article was going to work for you, then read the abstract, see if it fits. And then if it does, and it's what you want to look at, over here on the left, you'll see PDF full text, and you click on it. And my computer's a little slow. There we go. And so here's the article. And you can be assured that this is a scholarly article about this topic area. If you want to save it to your desktop, you can save it. You can print it over here too. You can zoom in, zoom out. You have some options there. And so that's essentially how to do it. And if you have any questions, definitely let me know. And thanks for watching. Those are my dogs. That's Emmett and that's Madison. All right. Thank you so much and have a great week. Thanks.